So, look, I think for Galaxy Racer, I think it could be close, especially if they can get that AWP going up into Relaxer. We know that Freddy Frog could be a really big clutcher for this Galaxy Racer side. So I'm hoping for the individuals to be stepping up for Galaxy Racer, but I'm looking at Endpoint taking this best of one.
I'm looking at the odds from our partners at Loot Bet. They do favour Endpoint all the same, despite the stand-in issues. So we're going to see whether or not they actually come to fruition. If you want to take advantage of the odds you see on screen, go to Loot Bet via the banner underneath the Twitch channel. Take advantage of 10 free CSGO spins and up to 100 euros of a bonus on your deposit. Pleasant contact into the lower tunnels on the pistol round. P2K set against 2. Takes those fights against Surreal and Crucial. Spots out that bomb, but can't quite seem to get the frag.
Pretty passive coming out from the Galaxy Racer side, not really looking to try and take any early contact out for side of that short position. Now, deep mid control has been established from Endpoint, so they do have the opportunity of trying to get even further through, trying to split into that B bomb side. Pleasant, though, being able to spot that bomb, just trying to retreat.
Racing in for Pleasant, taking that contact against Crucial, takes that bomb right down. Robin can find a trade as the T-side storm down the short control. Mighty Max trying to lead the charge in, but waiting for backup on utility, being thrown out here by Robin. Molotov also setting ready to push down towards the site. They have driven the CTs away. They've got a push-up coming in from Freddy that gets dealt with by Flames. The big stand-in stepping up. Tabs does take Surreal down, but Mighty Max will find a trade. So a 3-on-2, bomb plant on default. Several players tagged up for Galaxy Racer's advantage, but they've got no kit and no utility for the retake.
Both CTs coming out from this longhouse position, and all these footsteps are going to be heard from Flames. This could be really, really big if he's able to show up here and at least try and do some damage. Are they going to check the pit position? They are, but Flames is still trying to tap away. Is finding 2 kills, and there's already a backstab coming through from one of the T-side players. Running out of time. Relax has been able to pick up the kit, but you've just got to think, Jay, he needs to be able to take Robin down on the side, get onto that bomb immediately. Mighty Max in the back line with the Glock, starting to put a couple of bullets through, and Relax up, going to tap the bomb. Really needs to stick it without load the time. Bullet going down onto Robin. 1-on-1, he's just got to stick it.
Oh, the Glock! Mighty Max! Oh, it doesn't matter, it's too low.
Okay.
Too low on the timer. They just able to sneak it away from the Endpoint side. I thought that little wiggle was actually going to throw off the aim enough there. Because Max could not land the shots. Despite the kit being in play, though, it took in a little bit too much time. Endpoint do take the pistol, but Galaxy Racer did make that a close round to kick things off.
And I would even say that Flames did a really great job out from long and just wasting a lot of time, especially the fact when you're retaking A, you've always got to keep your eye out for that long flag. And Flames did a really good job of not only finding that first kill, but falling back into pit and just wasting as much time as possible. A Galaxy Racer fast up through the upper tunnels, they don't see anything.
And the long control for the rifles to passively just take position, set up. Scout looking down range, looking onto pit. Flashes in, blinded off, shot not connecting for Relaxer. He'll take those fights, he'll look for some damage or hopefully a kill, but in the end the rifle's just going to overwhelm, pushing back towards that short control and drive him away from sight. Eventually getting taken out by Mighty Max, cross-firing alongside Surreal. Pleasant does get a nade back onto Surreal though, so that's something to take him back, but 4-on-4, rifle advantage, weapon advantage, and really no way in for Galaxy Racer here.
All coming together towards this short position, trying to retake. It really just comes down on the back of the individuals need to get some kills really, really quickly. They do have a kid onto Freddy Frog to work with, but for Endpoint, it's all about wasting as much time as possible, similar to the pistol round. Mighty Max getting a couple of kills, Robin chiming in, and now it's all down to Tabs. 1-on-3, can't really do much with this CZ. Might be able to try and do a little bit more damage. And picks up the Deagle. At Endpoint looking to put their second round on the board now, Jay. The Galaxy Racer make the round semi-expensive. They get away with 3 kills, but they were obviously looking for a win there. And I'm kind of surprised because they cleared out the upper and lower tunnels and they gamble stacked at the A bomb site, but they were all kind of standing around through CT rather than trying to get onto the site itself before the execution came through.
Rifles versus pistols as standard, and there was some good connections coming in to do the damage, but in the end they weren't able to capitalize with the frags overall. 2-0 start for Endpoint. Galaxy Racer back to their basics, double flashes in for Tabs. E-cut around with no utility or Kevlar outside of that individual. Imagine Flames have a nice and easy time to mop up the cash here. 2 kills, not quite found, so Real's going to have to try and support him here, and the Glock does come through. Next headshot to fall. Tabs can trade back, but Surreal's going to keep control on all the rifles. Look to stay in play as Crucial lands that wall bang, knowing exactly where Freddy was thanks to his peek up the main position. 3-0 start. Buy coming in for GXR.
Okay, Galaxy Racer, this is really where they can start to put the hurt on, but it's got to come down pretty immediately. They've got the AWP out from Relaxer, big investment to come out from the CT side. And Crucial looks like he just wants to hold on to this scout for a little bit longer, Jay, rather than upgrading to that big green gun.
Pretty sure he's going to get value out of his sniper. Of course, Relaxer getting his out early. GXR lacking in the kit department. There's not a lot of breathing room when it comes to the defuses. Surreal, blind, going to give no breathing room to CT spawn, but Plesson's going to be given 2 kills by Surreal and Robin, making their way out of mid and shut down the same. A 4-on-3 scenario. Bomb dropped as well as Flames falls next. The CTs have full control of this one. Not even Mighty Max has dominion over the bomb. He's got to peek away from his position, backtrack towards the mid door, grab it and push it in towards the B site. Got to rely on Crucial mostly to get themselves into the site.
Yeah, Crucial's got to make a play here, because for Mighty Max, they know where he is. It's going to be really tough. Now the information's given up from Crucial, but it just comes off the basis of these two T players just trying to see if they can synchronize something together. Ooh, Dejan goes down, but they've still got to try and recover this bomb, and Plesson's still on the side.
Plesson, P250 tapped up, low HP, probably going to be the main casualty of the site defensive, but no, he goes down. Galaxy Racer will claim a first to kick things off on their CT board. A good defensive held, and especially towards the mid position where it felt like the kills came in simultaneously. Surreal in particular, just getting shut down alongside the backup of Robin. Frag's easy for the M4 in the end. Force back will come through for Endpoint. They did have a scout in play. The AWP can be afforded by Crucial. The AK's on 3. I don't think Mighty Max can afford a rifle. Yeah, he's down to Deagle for this round.
And we even saw in that last round, Jay, both the players that were blind with Plesson getting a couple of kills came off the basis of Flames' flash. So it was actually a team flash that came out for the Endpoint side that worked against them. Interesting little boost there coming out from Crucial, seeing if he can spot something out towards the top of the doors. So far, we've seen a pretty strong mid-hold coming out from the CT side. It looks like for Endpoint, they're doing something very similar to what they did in the last round, Jay.
Shots on from Crucial, getting tabs. Oh, Relaxer refaces on Mighty Max. Drops that bomb as well. So information gained, amount advantage equalized. Time slowly ticks away as Endpoint do set themselves up towards a short control.
Even for Relaxer, he hasn't moved off at all. He's still aggressing out from short, seeing if he can take some early contact. Oh, does get legged down to 16 points of health. That really opens up the A bomb site because there's no one on the site itself, Jay. Galaxy Racer really have to set themselves up for a retake now.
And Relaxer held back towards CT. They can just walk straight in towards Sean. Not even Freddy Frog can rotate in from the long contact and take them down or do some damage. Got to play passive and wait for his teammates to get up here for the retake. Bomb plant on short. An HP advantage on the retake for the Endpoint squad. They've got Robin close, dropping off, heard the footstep. Dijon knows that he's here. Want to wait for that flashbang to face in. Robin's going to play anti-flash and probably allow Flames to fade in. He's blind as anything, goes down, but Robin gets 2 frags, looking for the triple, not quite. Plesson trades it, grabs that one, going to reface in against Surreal, but Surreal blind still gets that frag to return, and Freddy Frog waiting in long all this time. Going to try and take down Crucial, but he's 2 IHP. Still gets the headshot, actually, and now sees the last man out on the short position. Kit, no smoke. Tapping it once, going to force Surreal to peek in against him. AK facing, baits him out with the time stalled, so there will be no time for Freddy. Despite getting 2 kills, it will be a 4th for the Endpoint side.
Oh, can he recover the orb? Yes, he does indeed. That's actually, look, not bad from Galaxy Racer. It was really awkward from them, right? Because it was a 4-on-4, and as soon as Relaxer drops down into CT, there's not really much they can do outside of retaking the bomb site. They can't keep establishing gunfights. We see Freddy Frog is so far away from the action out from long, and forcing into round 6, Jay, they're actually going to invest into a secondary orb. So it's going to be the Twins that are double orping going into round 6.
That's to make control here for the first orb. The second is placed out towards the A side. Relaxer Loving this position on the Lonka area. Obviously, this contrasted with the two SMGs on Dijon and Plesson, so it's not a fantastic buy from the CT camp. It's a hard back from Endpoint as well. So this one could be enough to decide the economy going forward, at least for the next few rounds. Freddy starts things off on the right foot. First man down, the SMG going to get swapped towards. So it gets dropped out for full ACOs across the remaining T-side board.
And RACERS now starting to get a little bit aggressive through short. We've seen him holding these positions quite often with the AWP. Endpoint, though, losing that opening man advantage and looking for an answer back in, waiting for some over-aggression potentially from the CT side. But for the most part, Galaxy Racer haven't really got over-aggressive. We haven't even seen them taking long house control. It's normally been Freddy Frog playing quite passive to that pit position. A blind off the angle, Relaxer falling back into CT. I wonder if he starts to overextend again, because every single time he's been baited to that shot dropping down to CT, he normally stays here.
Still moving from both sides. It's Endpoint again looking towards this short play. They've gone for this for the majority of the rounds so far here, especially when the hits do come through. Smoke down towards CT, going to sell him on potentially a B play, but no, the real hit's coming in towards A. Freddy going to get flashed off position with the AWP. Got back up there in CT. Gets his second kill of the round with the orb shot on Flames. And Crucial dropping down past the edge of the smoke. The bomb plant will be received. Relaxer close at the gap. Going to catch Crucial for vision and a no-scope shot that lands. Damage done to Plesson. The AK and Mighty Max desperately looking for the kill alongside Robin. Going to focus fire on the long position because that's where Freddy is moving in from next. Scope in, looking the short. Dijon going to call info, and Freddy can eventually take that shot down. 3K to his name. Nades up against the likes of Mighty Max. He's the head of the next man towards long. Eventually, she's going to get faced in from short. And CT got so many angles to deal with.
Oh,
and in the end, Relaxer got the jumping off shot. Okay. Credit where it's due. It landed second to the board of GXR.
Oh, what a retake to come out from the CT side. Just going to get that defuse through. I put a second round up on the board. And I tell you what, Jay, we've seen 2 rounds now where obviously that round, it was a round victory with everyone going down for Endpoint. But the one before that, the Endpoint one, every single player went down. So it's actually now a reset coming out from the UK side. And I tell you what, this looks to be a very heavy investment, at least for Mighty Max. They're going to be forcing the issue here, Jay.
I mean, without Thomas, it's more like a European side rather than a UK side, so...
That is true, actually. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm still going to call them UK because it's been...
you got to get some praise there.
It's been 5 years of calling them UK. I'm not going to change that habit now. AWP for Relaxer. To them in position. Mighty Max take to 15 HP already. I think there was a nade down from the short position, perhaps? Not 100% certain, but either way, he's the bomb carrier, and he's looking onto that short control on top of Xbox. Cross past the AWP, unable to find the info or find the frag or get taken down of his own right, you know?
Ooh, AWP Relaxer getting closer and closer. Endpoint had established some pretty deep control out towards that short position around Xbox, but they now decide to fall back and look to try and take this long control. Tabs is holding a very big off angle, trying to work on the edge of this smoke.
Oh, Tabs with 2 frags, looking for Surreal next to Deagle can respond. And M4 now in his hand to do some more damage towards this long position. Obviously the force buy from Endpoint, and the most thing they're looking for is the damage to the economy state of GXR. If not, hopefully, a bomb plant, maybe a round win on their board. That's the best case scenario for them, obviously. Orb shot forced out from Robin. Molotov is set and ready to take that face up. The USP of Relaxer does get caught off by Mighty Max. So again, the Eagles come up 3-on-3 situation.
Much better coming out from the Endpoint side, being able to at least find a couple of responses back. GXR, again, putting themselves in a retake scenario. And this is one thing that Endpoint might be able to, at least Mighty Max, bring to the table in terms of the anti-stratting, is realizing the fact that there really isn't a lot of presence at this A-bomb site later into the round. A GXR, even with the time so low, they can't do anything. They have to offer up a bomb plant.
A bonus cash for Endpoint. What more can they do from here? Tech 9 of Robin, it's just bravely facing in, more recklessly facing in and getting taken out by Plesson, giving up the man advantage for the CT camp. M4 set here, Mighty Max super close. Surreal gets 2 picks though! Almost makes it a 3K. Still, Endpoint within touching distance, doing so much damage to the GXR side, getting a bomb plant in this next round. I don't know if the money will build up to be enough for a buyback, but with the economical damage done, you may suspect that it's an idea for them.
They might force again. Yeah, you're absolutely right here, Jay, because they've done so much damage to the CT economy. And, well, damage in terms of the skins, you can open up some sick cases and get some sick skins only at hellcase.com. A couple of codes for you guys to use at home, MaltaV and MaltaV15, to get a little bit of cash in your account and a 15% refill bonus. Jay, it doesn't look like the investment's coming out from Endpoint. They're looking to try and play the long game rather than the close game and trying to get back in control. But what this does offer up with an eco is what you would think, a tight scoreline.
Well, Tab's only going to make sure of that as he bursts in, takes out 3 players on the spray down the walls along house, dead bodies littering the doorway. So Mighty Max is trying to get the trades back on this guy. He does end up with his 4K, knows that Surreal's out there with a scout as well, so he'll just jump space. Continue looking for the frag, eventually gets it. Ace. Nice and easy, 4-4. Galaxy Racer, as you mentioned, going evens against Endpoint, and the buys do come through. Orps immediately out for Crucial. The AKs are set standard with the utility, whatever they can get. All coming in here for the T side. As Galaxy Racer equalise, Endpoint still with a chance to maintain their lead.
Nice and aggressive coming out from Tabs, playing with a lot of confidence against the eco, and finding his ace, the in-game leader for the Swedish side. And of course, the AWP, like you said, Jay, being up on Crucial on that T side. A player who has really taken the UK scene by surprise, I want to say. He's been around for a very long time playing with UK players. And he's starting to make a bit of a name for himself, at least this year. Although he has in the past, but certainly this year, I feel like it's probably been his best year yet, Jay, in terms of his individual performances.
Performances coming in from Plex that try to respond to it, though. 1-for-1 trades come through. Mighty Max and Pleasant casualties of their respective sides as Endpoint suffer overall. Again, Robin with the early aggressive face, and they'll take significant damage to 27 points of health. Surreal takes that mid control, trying to try and force them away from the CT mid and CT spawns area, but B side is now stacked up here for the CT side.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer actually aren't playing a mid player at all. They're just anchoring this B bomb site with 2 players. So for Endpoint, if they swing out mid to B and don't see anyone, they might only suspect that there's 1 player at this B bomb site. The smoke's down to CT. This is a pretty clear indication it's going to be a mid to B.
2 players swinging out from the short control. Tabs and Dijon will be ready for the contact play. Crucial Surreal. Deal with one element of either face forward of the CT camp. Relaxer will get Crucial to fall, but it's a 1-on-3 for him from here on out. Bomb plant secured and an AWP for a retake. I mean, he's got rifles dropped in the mid position, so maybe it might be better to pick up another one of those automatics and try face forward here.
He's going to try and make sure that there's no AWP recovered for the Endpoint side. Get it as far away as possible. Wow, those were some really crispy jewels that are coming out from Endpoint, dealing with the 2 B defenders pretty much immediately. And that's more like it. That's what we want to see from them. Galaxy Racer's money line is looking okay. They'll be able to force the investment off the back of that saved in AWP. And Freddy Frog certainly doesn't have a mass amount of money. Endpoint are going hunting, Relaxer. Oh, he might just hold on to this AWP.
He will. Just keeping that in play here. Crucial weapon for the Galaxy Racer side, and probably also going to be...
Well, they can go double AWPs again.
Yeah.
Like, if they want. Dijon can drop one over to Freddy.
The problem with that is obviously that Dijon will not be able to afford a main staple rifle. So for me, It kind of makes more sense just to force the issue. Maybe Freddy's got to go SMG, but Dijon, Plessed, and Tabs can afford the M4s. So that is the most sensible buy in my eyes. I mean, you know, maybe Galaxy Racer have a lot of faith in the double op setup, but that's what I see. That's what I think. And that's how I feel in respect to this CT side. Like, that's the kind of play that we should be seeing from them. And a tactical pause to make that decision, so because even they're not even sure of how they want to play this out.
One M4's dropped. I don't think they bought another AWP. I think that's just Relaxer's one. No, they did invest in a double AWP. Sojay, what was that you just said?
I'm just gonna shut up. I'm not gonna lie.
Down,
I didn't account for the fact that Relaxer could have could have, you know, dropped an M4. I won't lie about that. But yeah, double orb setup does come through from Galaxy Racer, and this is the kind of thing that did actually work well for them in the previous rounds.
It is kind of interesting, though, to see that Dijon is AWPing over towards B rather than Freddy Frog around that mid position, or at least where he's normally been playing. A short control being quite aggressive from the Galaxy Racer. Again, the City side has really been playing retake A for so many of these rounds. ENDPOINT have just got complete long control and had absolutely no contest, even getting to the site itself.
Smokes down, flashes over, Mighty Max going to face forward. Flash in from Crucial as now they make their way up. Relaxer with the first shot on towards Mighty Max. Takes down the opener. Surreal backed up here in the lower tunnels. Got Tabs playing real close towards him. Those nades will try to do some damage, but he's just kind of lurking back here, going to try and play the linchpin, try and cut off the rotations from the CT camp coming forward. Tabs gets one kill and eventually takes that Surreal man down. So 4-on-3 situation, retake up for GXR.
And they're all coming in through short once again. No lurk attempt coming out from either long or CT. They're going to try and brute force their way in. A lot of utility for the CT side still to work with.
Smoke down towards Cross, flashbang rate gets set up here to the stairs. Flames saw it coming. Second flash not expected, but it doesn't matter. They won't make their way in and capitalize on the blindness coming on that individual. Force the reload of Flames. Got back up behind him. Robin takes out Tabs, Freddy C. Dijon facing forward. AWP taken out by Flames. Looks for his second, can't quite get it. 2-on-2. Freddy on the bomb, but Robin takes him down. And the AWP of Relaxer has got no time left. He will take Robin to the trade, but the AWPers will survive for Galaxy Racer and ENDPOINT. Is ENDPOINT the ones that walk away with the round?
That's awkward now. Moneyline's looking pretty rough for Galaxy Racer. And if I'm Tabs, I'm just thinking, right, we need to make a bit more of a decision on our protocol. We're consistently retaking, and we haven't really had the man advantage. We saw Relaxer finding that opening kill, but straight away traded back from ENDPOINT. So it was a 4-on-4 as soon as those short players come up. Now, retake A on Dust 2 can work really well, especially if you've got like a 5-on-4 or a 4-on-3. But when a lot of the time it's even, it makes it really difficult for that CT side. A Galaxy Racer, I think they just need to put a little bit more presence in playing passive at A rather than aggressing up too short, and at least have some contention on the bomb side itself.
Surreal and Robin peeking forward from the tunnel's entrance. You got Placid set here. Dijon doing damage. Placid's going to be allowed that kill for it. Meanwhile, Tabs will fall elsewhere. Crucial on the A site as the bomb makes its way up. We're going to pull distraction away. They think it's going to be a B play. Relaxer held with the AWP in case they try and make their way to the site, which they will. The bomb plant be received. And this should be a 7th here for the ENDPOINT side. Galaxy Racer looking to save that AWP. The P250 and the AK are faced away from each other. Robin has caught him in the end. Well, that could have been very, very awkward indeed. But alas, 4 versus 2. Now making it one as the AK is not allowed to get saved in. Relaxer with the AWP set towards short just to hold on for control.
And this is really where the experience of ENDPOINT starts to just get out of control for Galaxy Racer. You're looking at a 7-4 scoreline. The money line hasn't been fantastic for ENDPOINT, but still with the fact that 4 players are staying alive, they've got a chance to really start to build it up. It's 3 rounds in a row now for the ENDPOINT side, looking pretty good so far on Dust 2. Again, like we said it in the pregame, they've taken a lot of time off in the player break. We haven't really seen a lot from them. I think they played like 13 maps in August. We haven't seen them play a single official in about 3 weeks. So it's good to see that it's not like them playing restless coming into this series and that they're putting pressure on immediately in the best of 1. Now Pleasant's got the double AWP. Like, they just keep chucking it around.
Well, I mean, we have got Flames in the server. The tiki-taka style is coming to fruition well and truly. Galaxy Racer out of the gate. AK in. Freddy Frog takes him down, though. So Flames not allowed that kill. Crucial and Mighty Max taking damage. And Mighty Max actually is the man to go falling in the end. Tabs that spray transfer in particular, catching them off guard. A 2-for-1. Once again, Galaxy Racer gaining an early advantage in the early duels.
Damage onto Crucial, too, is really big. And trying to set themselves up for the short commitment of ENDPOINT. Again, it looks like it's going to be a very similar retake. Set up Relaxer with the AWP. Oh, and even tries to escape too. Now holding on to a 4-on-2.
Molotov in. Incendiary does get extinguished. AK looking down that long position. Crucial set the bomb plant and try find a way to work in from there. He will take that long challenge as Robin holds the short control. Dijon will burn a little bit. Pleasant not being seen. Dijon he still wins out that fight, gets that frag, and now Crucial left alone here. Flash completely blind, no idea that he's got an angle of Dijon, and Dijon will take advantage of that, take the 5th act for Galaxy Racer.
One of the best rounds we've seen for them yet. Now, if they want, they can recover triple orbs. Now, we've seen, Jay, at least in the last couple of weeks, some teams going for the triple orb setup on City side of Dust 2, but look, they opt against it in the end. But that was much better from Galaxy Racer. And what it came off the fact, Jay, is that when they're retaking, they had a couple of man advantages. We saw Relaxer do a really great job taking down one of the short players and falling back into CT, not getting over-aggressive, not overextending to allow trades to come back, and retaking as a unit, especially in that 4-2 advantage, having so many positives in that round there.
Gonna orb face out through mid. Relaxer's gonna go aggressive once again to lower tunnels, though. Crucial. Almost had him suppressed, takes that fight on the suicide boxes, but does not go down. Again, it's Flames to take the early face and the early damage from the longhouse area. Molotov in against him, and he gets forced out of the house itself, so... No player taken out early, just small amount of HP done towards him. Surreal taking a nade to the face, though, and again, Galaxy Racer will get offered a slight advantage in the early round.
Good nade damage coming out from the endpoint side, or at least 2 endpoint. Galaxy Racer going to be able to try and trade it back onto tabs, but he needs a lot of help. He needs some support to come out from Dijon.
He's got some utility, and the AWP will start facing in. Pleasant going to try and support his man as Crucial takes the AK out of play. Pleasant just hunting for that one peek he needs to get the frag back. Smokes do come through as the initial smoke start to fade. He misses his shot, and Mighty Max punishes. B side now open for business. And there's nothing that Freddy and Dijon can do here. They'll face towards Suicide, up towards the top mid area. Freddy does get Mighty Max down, but the AK swing from Flames still lurking. Gets his kill. Dijon, all that remains, 1 on 3. This is over.
Easy as that, coming out from the endpoint side. And it was a big contest out from mid. We saw a lot of chaotic duels coming out, especially from Galaxy Racer. And for Pleasant, he realizes with that orb, he can't unscope and then scope back in. Because as soon as he does, he's just going to get spammed. They'll know exactly where he is. So he tries to hold the scope down. Makes it really difficult. He's trying to look at the left and the right side of that smoke. In the end, he can't find the shot that he's looking for. And Endpoint just smoke off CT, make their way quickly into that B-bomb site, and regain control. 8-5. Moneyline looking a little bit awkward again for the Galaxy Racer side. And you've just got to think, after a fantastic round where they keep 4 players alive, that's not the response that they're looking for. Trying to pick up the orb. Oh, he just recovers it too.
Galaxy Racer trying to make this map as close as they possibly can. It is within only a few rounds. Endpoint, despite having a confident start on this T side, only managed to go so far as 8 here on T side. They start to lose real control. They're still going to have the bomb plants in, the rebuys coming in over and over again, but they have to get some connection rounds, some confidence stuff against Galaxy Racer, the kind of rounds that you think, yeah, okay, they definitely won it. Taking no damage or little damage. Really established themselves going into the last couple of here.
Oh, the AWP goes both ways, though, and Galaxy Racer, they tried to get aggressive up through the upper tunnels. First time we've seen, actually, the orb coming with them. Unfortunately, neither team works out an advantage there, and it's back into the long control once again from Endpoint. This is just so stock standard from them in this first half. We've seen so much long presence come out from this team.
Surprised that no one's taking more long control here for GXR, but it is their decision and they'll pay for it. Could isolate the likes of Mighty Max towards the upper tunnels. He does escape through the entrance though, rotating back towards T-spawn. Try and get a quick rotation on towards the long position, but only as quick as you can make it. They have got Pleasant out here with the FAMAS as well. If he hears these footsteps, face in from Mighty Max, sees one down there towards the bottom of the mid doors. Face in from the FAMAS, takes him to 30 HP. We can't quite take the frag for it. Max is going to draw all their attention away from the bomb site though, so he's doing a major job just keeping them suppressed, ensuring they can't get a retake to get them in time. Flashbangs, he still gets the kill on the way out, so at least there's that much coming through for the T-side cap.
Oh my goodness, he wastes so much time, Galaxy Racer. That's frustrating. You know, I really just think the fact, okay, you know Mighty Max is there, you haven't got the kill. just go to the bomb site. Deal with him later in the round. The fact that they bring everyone on that city side attention over to Mighty Max, it wastes so much time, and in the end, it takes them so long for him to go down that they go, yeah, we just don't even have time to set ourselves up for the retake. Endpoint, just... It honestly seems like for them on the T side, some of these rounds, at least positional-wise, it's just too easy for them. They're taking long control every single round. There's no contest. It's constant retake setup coming out from Galaxy Racer. They're making a lot of mistakes on their CT protocols. Ooh.
Oh, what is that? Relaxer? No way. Is Mighty Max about to run into death? No, he's not. The Molotov's going to get rid of it. Okay. That is a pixel angle I did not even know existed. It's crucial to open things up. Blind on the flashbang, taking down the Orpa, so they can't exploit that here in the mid position at the moment.
And even for Robin, as soon as Pleasant overextends, that's a 5-on-3. This should be an easy kill coming out from Robin. And there it is. B bomb site's opened up. They can just commit straight into B. Crucial sees the rotator coming out from CT. Information over to Freddy Frog. He can already say they're on the bomb site. Flames is going to be able to open up so many individual kills coming out from this endpoint side. And for Galaxy Racer, this is just all falling apart.
Flashes over Freddy with the AWP. Trying to face in, trying to look towards the back. Plat position gets that kill. Going to scope back into the next man. No, Surreal takes down that trade. Doubles up for Dijon and gets 10 to the board of Endpoint to close out the T-side half. A bit of a weird situation there in the mid half, but in the end, coming up round 15, they are looking good on double digits. Can they carry it forward to the CT side, though?
I'm a little bit surprised that it almost feels like Flames is fitting into the role of Thomas really well. Like, for the most part, when he was playing on Tick Attack, and he was like an entry kind of player, but for the most part on that T side, Jay, he was pretty much just being a lurker, making sure that he's waiting for any over-aggression out from long. So I wonder how they're going to utilize him on this CT side. And, I mean, you even look at those odds from Lou Bet. Endpoint with the favorites going into this best of one, even more favored to them. So if you do want to get involved, you can check out their banner underneath the Twitch channel. 10 free CSGO spins and up to €100 bonus on your deposit. It's fast out towards long from the T side, and for Galaxy Racer, they're going to be dealt with 2 CTs.
Crucial first frag. Dijon trades it back. Pleasant takes a headshot on Crucial next to return the long control. 4-on-3 situation. Galaxy Racer have taken a lot of damage here on these 2 players, Relaxer and Pleasant. And now they set up a passive crossfire with rotation set towards the B-bomb site. I think they realize that it's going to be a long commitment, though, so all 3 are ready to defend this long hit. Flash is over, 2 seen. Flames gets 1. Damage done. I thought he got the 180 flick, but no. Mighty Max comes in to support, pushes forward, sees an X2, takes out 1. Robin up on the bomb site, gets attacked with the USP, and Relaxer all that remains. Bomb dropped in the open, a minute to the clock. He desperately needs to find a kill to get back into this one, otherwise he's basically shut out of the round.
He just needs to try and use his pit position to his advantage, try and work with sort of the headshot angle. And 2 players on that city side. Needs to be careful that he's not running out of bullets. He's only got 18 left in the chamber. Needs to recover that bomb. And even that's going to be a difficult task. He needs to overextend out into the open just to recover it. And no armor for Relaxer being the player that had the utility. 27 points of health, and Jay, he keeps shooting, and he's going to start to run out of bullets in a minute.
And our bullets run out of time. 12 left in the magazine, and eventually Robin's just going to take him down. 11 to the board of Endpoint, a big pistol to take for them. Losing firepower, but gaining it all the same. Flames has not been the big fragger of this CT side, but he's been keeping pace here. The spread of kills in general was actually pretty close from the Endpoint side. 13 tops for Surreal, 8 bottoms for Crucial. So, yeah, no one's standing up and stepping up or standing out here, but they are doing a decent job of just keeping pace and keeping control.
Galaxy Race, I'm actually surprised that they're forcing the issue here, considering the fact that they didn't really do a lot of damage to that CT side. They didn't get a bomb plant in. And it's a big risk here, especially with the fact being down 5-11. I suppose that's the reason why a force buy has come out, but they're just going to set themselves up for a B-side Xe. Now, they do have tabs out towards mid that can try and cut off some rotations, but really there's only a single player on the CT side of B.
Yeah, Mighty Max set and ready. Scout facing. What can he do from here? Nades up, going to try and do the damage. Waiting and baiting with a second SMG here to try and take face. Surreal gets that frag on Freddy. Dijon can find the trade though. Burst back in for Mighty Max, drops that bomb in the open. Got two more facing up against him, doing tons of damage to both, but can't quite get the frags. 3-on-3 scenario for the retake here. Endpoint got to concede the bomb plumb, but they've got firepower and a kit in for this site take.
Going in very, very fast off the back of the flashbangs. Crucial with his MP9. Now it's all down to Relaxer. They're so incredibly low on this CT side, but Relaxer keeps getting pushed further and further back. The smoke going to come out, and Flames is going to win out the fight to get a 12th round on the board for Endpoint. They did not slow down at all to set themselves up for the retake. As soon as that bomb went down, it was like, right, flashes in, we're running.
And didn't even check the positions. They were kind of blind for the most part here. The flashbangs kind of caught themselves off guard. Blind spraying through the bomb site, but still managing to come through with the kills as necessary. And therefore, coming up with a round, 12-5. Eco got to come through from GXR. The SMG will stay in play, except for Crucial, who buys a glass cannon orb. That's ill-advised, considering what Aim Punch could do to you with the Glock out, and how easy it would be if those Glocks aggressed you. You know, even on theory, the weakest weapon can take you down. I don't like this from Crucial, especially considering there's also a bit of a buy coming in from GXR.
We'll have to wait and see how it pans out. And this is something that Galaxy Racer didn't do a lot on the city side, was contend out from long and leave players here. You see the dual crossfire being set between Surreal and Flames. All the T's just regrouped. And I tell you what, if Crucial starts to overextend here, he could get punished for his aggression.
Last taking contact, seeing several. Smoke goes down. Endpoint just going to be using their utility to keep suppression. Ensure no one makes their way out here. Bursts up, Tabs comes through onto Surreal, takes him down. Opens up the round here with the AK that was set here. Checks the corner, Flames will drop him. Turn around, loses more damage towards Dijon next. M4 can't line up the kills, although Dijon does burn. So 3-on-2. Endpoint have lost quite a bit of control here. Rifles being gained by the T side.
Galaxy Racer are in a fantastic position. Now, for Mighty Max, there is a potential of just trying to flash Crucial into the angle, but a 2-on-3, Endpoint don't really have a lot of options here. Wide swing comes out for Crucial. Mighty Max can't find anything. And to think that that was an eco, yeah, we saw Tabs buying down with an AK and armor, but outside of him, it was just upgraded pistols for the Galaxy Racer side. It all started off the fact of taking it down Surreal to start that round off. He did a really great job of being able to find out where he was to that corner position, spamming through the smoke, and from there, the Deagles just did so much work.
Yeah, grabbing a free M4 and AWP as well. Relax has got that big green gun straight out. Looking down the mid position, hoping for the frags, but no one's going to show their face early on here. Endpoint realized they messed up. The Deagles set here on the force back round, trying to look for the opening kill. Doing damage to Tabs as Tabs does damage to Crucial. Surreal also getting tagged out towards the mid-phase from Pleasant. But it's just tag damage. No kills for either side just yet.
You can feel like Mighty Max wants to overextend here, wants to get aggressive in through the upper tunnels, but Tabs is going to be ready for him. Endpoint. Very, very passive in a Deagle round like this. And Galaxy Racer going back to the long contention by the looks of things. 4 players grouped up in through the longhouse. Smokes to come out. It really just comes off the back of Crucial needing a bit of support here.
M4 up against Crucial's part burst up, getting that headshot in the end. Pleasant nice and easy. Deagle backed up for Robin, spamming through. Bullets flying. No frags. Still careful face from the Galaxy Racer side. 40 seconds, and they have to make their way into the side of that bomb plant, which they can do pretty easily here. Tabs can get caught off guard towards upper tunnels, but Mighty Max can't find the kills. In the end, 2 do come back for the Deagles, so 2 for 1. Flames should get driven away from the side. Back to Gandalf he'll go. Needs support from his teammates.
Look at the time, though. If they can deny this bomb flame from going down, this could get really awkward for the Galaxy Racer side, and it really comes down to one man. It comes down to Flames to try and see if he can find the impact.
Oh!
Another great shot coming out from the Deagle, and they've picked up an AK. This is now a man advantage for the CTs.
Blind firing on Freddy, going to force him off the site. Is the AK going to get boosted? Yes, it will! Sees the player a car. Freddy from the remain takes down Flames, looks towards sight. But you said it came down to one man. It came down to two frags for Robin, as he comes up just as good for the 13th of Endpoint.
And I'll tell you what, there's just such a distraction pulled away from Flames' position. He does a great job of swinging out, finding 2 kills with that deagle, and waiting for his teammates to make a play. We see it's a 3-on-2. They boost Robin up with that AK. What a round to win. What a round to convert from Endpoint. And it looked really awkward. Galaxy Racer were able to get pretty much complete long control. They siphoned off. They got the wall of smokes out from long to deal with the AWP, or at least crucially in that round with the deagle. What a recovery, though, from the CT side. And at least for Galaxy Racer, they're not going to be reset, though, Jay.
In fact, they've actually kind of got the better buy here by comparison to Endpoint.
Yeah.
Stuff for Mars coming in against Flames is part. Mighty Max with an SMG, one thing that they don't have at all on the Galaxy Racer side. Flames already getting tagged up early as well, so... Damage done, GXR starting things off on the right foot, as they were doing over on CT side as well.
Early damage onto Flames, but so can be said for Dejan. Galaxy Racer trying to take this short control. And you've just got to think for Endpoint, if they can win this round here without letting a bomb plan come through, this could be the reset potential they're looking for. Oh, the AWPers, they're so close to one another in terms of their sight lines.
Eagle ready, Relaxer starting to face in. Joining his teammates. It's Mighty Max and Robin. Utility to respond to them here, trying to stall for time, do some damage. Pleasant to make his way out towards the CT drop. Gets out there, probably going to get heard, but Crucial sees them rotating, now going to call in against Surreal's part here. Both players set and ready. Got to deal with the mid-speed players in a couple of moments' time. Tab checks the corner, takes the man down. AWP, desperate to deny the bomb partner, takes that first frag. Couldn't land close on Freddy Frog, but Robin will keep trades at a 3-on-3. Endpoint still have a chance to go for a retake if they so desire.
There's no utility, and Relaxer's trying to get aggressive out from window, seeing if he can spot anything out. Good shot coming out from the AWP, and that might make the decision for Endpoint, especially with Flames going down. Mighty Max has got to save here. There is no way back in. And we spoke about a reset potential for the Galaxy Racer side. Now it's going to be Endpoint really being reset. Mighty Max just trying to save onto this AK, trying to do as much damage as possible. I love how Relaxer got aggressive. They were looking to try and take fights in that 3-on-3.
Dijon should have been an easy kill for Flames as well. 9 points of health. Facing up and getting shut down by a Galil of all things. AK headshot, fair play. Galil, though, on 9 points of health. It's going to hurt him a little bit. 13-7, Galaxy Racer staying in against this Endpoint side. Got the AKs out, the scouts for Crucial, a force up coming through from the CTs, and they did manage to make this good here in the last round, so let's see if round 21 is just as, what's the word? Frugal, I think.
Yeah, look, you've got to think for Endpoint, they're going to be looking to try and do more damage again, especially in a round like this, seeing the boost coming up for Crucial. And there are, I mean, at least in the last like Dust 2 before the all like rework and everything, there used to be like little angles that you could work with the doors. Still got quite a few. And at least for the T side, finding that opening pick does give them a big advantage to work with. Now, we saw in that last round, they got the short commitment through the utility out and got Pleasant into CT to split into that B bomb site. So for Endpoint, something they need to keep in mind is when they spot out the short play, whether it's going to be a mid to B or not, overextension coming out from Surreal, and this round's pretty much finished already, Jay.
Very short. And Robin both looking to take face towards this mid-door area. Baiting the shot. No frags found, though, for the CT camp. And no first kill for Relaxer in this one. The drop out from Preston instead comes out towards CT, takes down that one player. Robin does find the trade back with the Deagle, but now they know the A site is basically open here.
Yeah, they know if there were 2 players in CT that they won't be playing an A bomb site player. And Galaxy Racer taking the A bomb site completely for free, and for Robin and Mighty Max, it's really about holding on to this AK and Scout, bring it into the next round. A Galaxy Racer, it seems like we're seeing a bit of a comeback from them. It hasn't been easy. It has been a few back and forward rounds, especially in the second half, but they haven't really given themselves a lot of breathing room. It will be still a 5-round deficit. And you've got to think this is twice now where it's only really one player staying alive. It's Mighty Max again trying to hold on to this AK.
Yeah, best course of action for him. This clutch is off the table. Terrorists win. Probably an eco to follow suit as well with it. Yeah, AWPs, AKs versus the full set of USPs and basics. Not much investment from Endpoint at all in this one. So therefore, this should be a pretty basic anti-eco with the exception of that AK set. So, yeah, Galaxy Racer up for 9. They do put the AK boosted up initially, so they're going to look for all the sneak control and try to look for the frags. Try and catch off players that make their way in. AK. Gets that kill, takes the spot on the next man, although Mighty Max does do damage to return early.
And they know straight away where that AK is too. They'll know that that was quite a heavy short stack up. There was 3 players at least that they saw. Flames has found a little bit of an opening through lower tunnels. Tabs though, reading the angle. And you've got to think for these USPs, just try and back up the AK the best that they can.
Three standing for the CT camp. Robin next to fall. Have lost a player on the endpoint side in terms of connection, so you probably should see a technical pause coming in freeze time. Okay, Mighty Max dealt with by Relaxer, Surreal left alone. And yeah, simple round coming from Galaxy Racer. Endpoint weren't going to put much contention behind it. Bomb has been planted. Yeah, bomb plant. Easy stuff. Surreal looking for an exit frag at best because he's in a 1-on-5.
And you've got to think that, you know, this is the moment where you really want a player like Thomas that is stepping up, you know, when, yeah, you've got a lead of 4 rounds, but the fact that it's starting to slow down, all pleasant. Playing with his food a little bit. Just waiting,
I was hoping he would just keep his crosshair train on Surreal until he started moving back towards the B site and then pull out the stabby.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, just get behind him.
We all hope.
But no, not to be. Yeah, technical pauses coming through for the endpoint side, obviously, to fix up the connection problems. Flames not in the server at this moment, so I obviously don't want to lose him, so get him back, get the buy, and contest the round here on CT side. And the endpoint only need a few to get past the finish line.
Yeah, look, they just need that one good round. I mean, it's getting to a point now for Galaxy Racer where their money line's really starting to build, and most players are sort of around that 5-6K mark. So for Endpoint, if they want to try and get in control, they can't really hope in the fact of just destroying this economy, because it's going to be a tough one to do it, because you've got to think that, yeah, they're up to 13, but if Galaxy Racer are able to sort of keep this precedent, even if they lose some rounds, they're still going to have a majority of rounds to work with, even for Endpoint only needing 3 for victory. So there is a fair bit of pressure on this CT side now. Looks like Flames is back in server, so should be getting ready to go. Going to be on a FAMA going into round 23. And for Galaxy Racer, it's all of the fact of, right, let's try and get opening kills. Let's try and get some opening advantages. Because one thing that you really need if you want to establish a comeback is feeling confident. You've got to have a lot of confidence in a lot of your duels and see if you can isolate some of the weaknesses. Nine to 13, Jay. It's certainly doable to at least make this comeback very close to try and tie up the scoreline. It's only 4 rounds. It's not a lot.
Absolutely, you know, I mean, I'm talking about how close it is for Endpoint to get past the 16th finish line, but for Galaxy Racer, the same thing can be said for them to equalize to the Endpoint side. I mean, obviously, they've got much further to go before they themselves win the map, but, you know, one objective at a time. And they've got M4s and a FAMAS to face against them with the AKs and AWP set. A much better economy line compared to Endpoint. So there's a lot of positives here for Galaxy Racer. Aggression from Flames, desperate to get some picks back here, but so far, his campaign towards the Longhouse has been a little bit hit and miss when he aggresses.
Trying to get a nade out. Unfortunately, with Freddy Frog getting the height advantage, just not going to get caught off by that nade at all. And look at the utility, though, from the Endpoint side, Jay. They really don't have a lot to work with. They've got a couple of smokes and a couple of flashbangs. That's it. So once this execution comes through, wherever it is, there's going to be hardly any counter utility. So it comes off the fact of Endpoint making sure that their positioning is on point to try and give them an advantage, because their utility really isn't.
Surreal. Trying to take that first face here, but it's Mighty Max on the back line that's taken the damage here for the CT side. Endpoint. 2-1-2 splits. They're basically ready to cut off any of the entrances from Galaxy Racer, but still very far spread apart. AK in for Dijon, takes Flames down. Galaxy Racer open up the round, 40 seconds to the hit. Crucial gets overwhelmed, and that's A-Site quickly dealt with. Simple position, simple frags. AWP Relax ready for Surreal. Next takes him out for the third kill, I should say, in this round for Galaxy Racer. And wow, this T-side has started looking real confident.
Yeah, they've really started to find their footing now. This is, what, 4 rounds in a row, 5 out of the past 6. And Endpoint, it seemed like they were kind of juked out towards that B bomb site. We saw so much utility come out to B to fake an Exy. And as soon as Flames is playing a massive off angle out from long, really deep into sort of that pit area. And as soon as he spots that bomb, they go, right, let's call the rotations in. Tabs just wide swings from short to deal with the site defender itself. And from there, that round's done. We see aggression coming in through the upper tunnels, which is followed up by the AWP of Relaxer. Galaxy Racer now up to 10 rounds down. If I'm Endpoint, I'm calling tacticals and I'm having a chat with Ross R.
Tactical coming through, yes, no, maybe. I mean, as you mentioned, now's the right time to call it. But no discussions with Rossar, no discussions with anybody here. I mean, they haven't got a full buy, so maybe they're waiting for round 25, and then they can call the tactical and figure out where they approach the rifle rounds, because they can't afford to lose much more here. Galaxy Racer on the precipice of taking control of this one. And Orpa Crucial boosted up there again, going to try and look through that gap, going to try and look for a kill down mid, but Galaxy Racer invaded that position like the plague. They're looking towards the long control instead, where again, such little presence held by Endpoint due to the lack of weaponry here. Flames is held back to the back line of the site. Ready to take some heads, but needs some rifle support most importantly.
Oh, we've seen a few of these rounds be very expensive, though, in the past, when the Deagles are up for Endpoint. Quite a few CTs around this A bomb site itself. Quite a heavy stack coming out from the Endpoint side. And Galaxy Racer just continuing their presence up through long.
Crucial with the shot. Flexen, AK set and takes out Flames. Damage being done to Surreal here. And the CTs are going to back up, look for Tabs instead. Caught off by the Deagle player. And actually, with their rifles in tow, are going to consider going for the retake. They've got the kit on Mighty Max, he's on 100 HP, and they have worked off a disadvantageous retake so far on this map before, so another chance here in this half, but Freddy Frog shuts down Mighty Max. Crucial response here at the end of the smoke. 3 on 2, making it 1, and just like that, the whole thing becomes plausible for the CT side. AWP in does take Crucial down. Someone's got to get on that bomb. Relaxers right there, covered up by the box of P250, taps up, but Surreal wins the fight. Robin can stick the whole thing, and that will be Endpoint stealing a 14th on the force buy.
That's frustrating. That's really frustrating for Tabs, because the fact of the matter is, you know, these guys in the second half have looked really dominant on the gun rounds, and when it comes to the eco, it seems like that's really where Endpoint come into their own. They realize the fact, hang on a minute, we've got a man advantage, we've been able to pick up an AK, we might as well go for this. This is not a force buy, this is just an eco, let's go for it. Let's see if we can get the retake going. Big round from Endpoint, and that probably puts them back in contention of being able to take it to the 16th. It was a bit of a struggle to get to this 14th round, Jay, but after that round there, that puts them straight back in the driving seat.
Galaxy Racer losing a bit of momentum, but not stopping them from opening up round advantages again. They're going to try and force the issue on the aggressive faces from the Endpoint side, with Crucial dropping to half HP, but Flames catching Relaxer for the opening kill. Orb gets recovered by Freddy. Dijon foot spotted below the smoke. Surreal's going to do some damage from him through the mid door. Plesson also getting tagged up, that nade on position. Will tag him even lower. M4 faces, sees them both, takes out one, continues that spray to the second. And despite their best efforts, no kills go the way of GXR. It's a 2-on-5.
It's all falling apart now. Endpoint just 2 kills away from being able to get to their 15th. Tabs and Freddy Frog, how do they bring this back? Yeah, they've got bomb control, it's in their hands, or at least it's out towards long and in no eyes of the CT member. But you've got to think for Endpoint, it really comes off to them making mistakes if there's any chance of Galaxy Racer bringing this 2-on-5 back.
Flashes in, Freddy watching with the AWP, hoping to get somebody here on the site. He will Molotov away. AWP, the M4 of Robin, finally gets traded after his great impact to the short control. Crucial can respond back with a headshot on Freddy Frog. And now Tabs burning, smoked up, sprayed down. A match point here for Endpoint.
And they've got there, finally, a 15-10. Galaxy Racer have got to double digits, but how much further can they really start to press the issue? What a great round coming out from Endpoint. It all really comes off the fact that Robin, we see Dijon trying to play anti-flash there, but just not quick enough to turn around. Galaxy Racer are going to take their own tactical, have a bit of a chat and just go, guys, you know, yeah, we didn't give ourselves a great chance. We've always been on the back foot, but we've looked pretty dominant in this T side, especially on these gun rounds. All we need to do is really come together now, play our own game, and maybe, just maybe, we can get to OT. That's what's got to be said.
And the final rebuy from Galaxy Racer. Need to get something on the board, lest they will fall to the elimination matchup. Again, it won't be the end of the road for them for that reason, but even so, they would absolutely love not to concede in that respect. Straight in towards the upper tunnels for Galaxy Racer, the AWP of Surreal looking down the range, hoping to catch off players. For now, it's just lean over towards the bean site here.
Maybe just a straight exit. Dijon's actually may have been able to find a way out from mid because there isn't really any mid contention coming out from Endpoint, but they do need to deal with this AWP of Surreal pressed up very aggressively at B.
AWP. There's vision here for the T side line. Smokes down towards this short control. Tam's going to sell him on an A play. It is going to be a fake, as you mentioned, though. Attention drawn away only for the moment the smoke start coming in. A re-smoke down to try to suppress. AWP is Surreal. Ready and raring to receive. The Deagle gets up close, though, towards this corner as mid doors is cut off. Here comes Surreal now. Ready with the Deagle. Spamming back and forth. Seeing Freddy coming close. Forced on the reload, though. The Orb can come forward as he's blind. Dijon trades Maxon on site. Sees another head. Takes him down. And Plessin with the bomb on his back. Tabs way out of position. They do get the trades, though. And now Robin left towards the site, 30 seconds. He is an unknown entity. Plessin stands alone, sees his man, sprays through and takes him down, and now looks for Crucial, the last man left. Bomb plant fake, swings up, sees the kill, and clutches it for Galaxy Racer.
Okay, Mighty Max had such a strong hold towards the bomb side, but for Robin, it almost felt like, Jay, he was too aggressive on the side. He had a difficult time trying to escape back up through window to assist his teammate. Plesson faking out the bomb plant, aggressing through window. What a massive 1-on-2 from Plesson. We haven't seen a lot of clutches being won from this Galaxy Racer side, but that was certainly a big one.
Close, close, close from Endpoint, but a couple of misplays, in my opinion. Getting a bit too aggressive for their own right. And that costs them the match point at this stage. Galaxy Racer still alive here in our best of one, still with a chance to catch up to the Endpoint side. Forced back from the CTs that can keep the economy very limited. So Galaxy Racer could be on the take some free rounds if they can just win round 27 here.
A lurk out from Tabs. Mighty Max, though, hang on a minute. He may actually be able to backstab the long players. He's getting a lot of information from his team. They can now stack up this A bomb site.
It's up on the short control. Tabs. AK in the lower tunnels entrance. Flashes in from Crucial. Going to try blind them off. Flames tempting a peek here. Molotov's going to try and siphon him off from the short control. Crucial with the AWP swings up. Sees the head.
What?
No, he
How?
doesn't see Pleasant. Mate, seriously? Smokes up. Flashes go over. Flames got to do most of the heavy lifting. The orb shot does not connect. Pleasant takes Flames down. And Crucial unable to support. Pleasant gets 2 kills. They see that bomb planter out in the right position. And Freddy will take the Orb down. Crucial. The perfect chance to take the opening man advantage, but just didn't see the head of the first.
I'm not sure if he was checking radar or something, but that certainly should have been seen. Oh, even for Mighty Max. Now there's nothing that they can really hold on to. Surreal's the only one left with an M4 at this B bomb site. For Galaxy Racer, they're going hunting, Jay. They realize the importance of taking this last player down.
M4 set and ready, burst through, sees a couple, takes out at least 1 but 2 HP and so much time to survive in. I don't think he's getting away from this and will try to disappear through the smoke. But they're coming, they're going to hunt him down. And indeed, Pleasant ends up with that frag. Such a big round for Endpoint to lose as well. Their economy's completely busted for the CTs. They've got to go full eco here.
Yeah, look, it gets awkward, Jay, because we're on round 28. They're going to have to eco, buy in round 29. So if they lose that again and they don't hold on to players, round 30 buy is actually really going to be a force. Even with the loss bonus now starting to spiral up, it's going to look awkward. So for Galaxy Racer, they're in an absolutely perfect position to try and take this to OT. Fast out towards long. They have to deal with 3 players, but straight away, Freddy Flog, Dejan working together. Easy as that. They have shut it down out through long.
There wasn't much to defend with. Again, no Kevlar, no utility, just basic pistols out for the Endpoint side. The Deagle will try take down Relaxer, doing a little bit of damage, but not much here. I mean, in general, everybody's above 70 points of health, and that'll just be more than enough here. Bomb plant received. Galaxy Racer will get themselves a 13th on this here T-side board and stave off the loss here in the best of 1.
Just holding in. Galaxy Racer, how much further can they bring this comeback through? A nice cleanup coming out into the eco gives a little bit of self-confidence. No one going down. Anyone really hardly taking any damage. And Endpoint. Got to look at the money here and think, right, if we want an AWP, it's going to only be able to get 1 unless the second one goes glass cannon. So they're only going to offer up a single AWP on Crucial. No kits though, Jay. Something to keep in mind for Endpoint is if they are forced into a retake setup, they can't slow it down. That needs to be something in the back of their mind. We don't have a kit.
It's got to be straight defensive here from the CT camp. And the auto sniper coming in from Freddy, knowing that they may have their opportunity to shut it down right here. Again, if Endpoint lose this round, they have no money to work with in around 30. And already, Mighty Max getting tagged up very early in the B-site contact. Galaxy Racer have done such a good job of getting the damage, all the opening kills. Lean towards the mid control, on towards short. This same execution that Endpoint went for round after round on their T side.
Crucial. Starting to move his way in through short. Flashbang coming out. Relaxer is ready for any more of an overextension. The AWP comes in, and of course Relaxer wins out that fight.
It's a big kill coming through as well. Flames, AUG on site, got a player behind him to support it. Good flashes to try to press the Galaxy Racer side, but Flames going to press so far forward. Look at how close he is to this smoke. If they make their way down CT, or at least they try to, they'll know where he is. But he's sneaking in the back. Flames comes up with Ron. Robin takes with Flames doubles up, makes it a triple, and a quadra kill! The stand-in stands up for the defense, and now he's on for the ace. The AK picked up Freddy, left towards short. And Flames has just might as well won it for Endpoint here. Face up, last shot for Freddy, clutch opportunity, 1-on-2, needs this bomb, needs this plant, needs these 2 frags. Gonna try drop towards CT, but surely he hasn't got time for a B rotation, no?
He doesn't. He has to keep trying to fight onto the A players. This is so much awkward now for Freddy Frog. I think as soon as he dropped into CT, he realized he didn't have the time to go B. 16-13, Endpoint win out their 16th off the back of a monstrous round from Flames.